Alright, inspection complete. Time to go switch with the guys in the control room. Oh, well, good for you. And welcome back, everyone. We just finished off the mine quest, didn't we? So let's have a word with these people. Down here, the mine chief's orders are absolute. When he says something, we listen. You said this the last time I was here. Oh, looks like you were able to get your metal sample out safely. I should have guessed that Gwen's granddaughter and her friends would be up to the task. It was no walk in the park. After having to fight off that monster. Well, you did good work nonetheless. Monster fighting and all. Make sure you get to the Institute of Technology, alright? Make sure you get your meta sample to the Institute of Technology, alright? Just come back and let me know if you need anything else, Alisa. Be happy to give you a hand. Thanks. Why did those guys say they don't want with us? Yeah. You said all that last time. Like, jeez. Oh, did you manage to find any linium? Sure did. Here you go. Reen handed over the linium. Thanks. This is exactly what I was hoping to get my hands on. There should be plenty to serve as a research sample. I'm happy to hear that. Of course, if you actually went in and cleared the monsters out there, I'm sure you could get plenty more. That's something we can consider after we've proved that it is a viable material. That's all part of the research. And this is Professor Schmidt we're talking about. I'm sure he'll deliver some kind of interesting result. It was an honor to have been able to aid the professor's research. It was a pretty rough job, though. Thanks. I'm grateful for all your help. I'd like you to take these as a reward. Material. Thank you very much. Anyway, back to work for me now. Good luck with your field study. Thank you. Glad we could help out. Mining a mine of metal. Mine metal. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. I'll have to get this to Professor Schmidt right away. Good luck with the rest of your field study. Hope it goes well for you. I hope it goes well for me. Damn right. Looks like the sun's starting to set already. That took longer than I expected. I'm not surprised. That was a hard day's work even by our standards. Well, at least we were able to finish all of the requests. And that's what really matters. Now let's head back home and wait for my mother. You said it. Someone seems awfully cheerful. What's wrong? There's something going on over there. Oh. Seems like something out of the ordinary. Sounds like it's coming from the plaza on the lower floor. Let's go take a closer look. Oh, I expected it to be like boom, scene straight away. Let's see if we can speak to a few people here. Bing. Hey. Isn't that... No way. What are the Provincial Army and the Railway Military Police doing here? I have a bad feeling about this. This doesn't look good. I don't know what's happening, but these guys look like they mean business. Let's go down to the lower floor and get a closer look. Right. Now we'll speak to people. I wonder what's going on down there. Looks like all those military types are arguing about something. Whoa, I don't know what's going on over there, but it doesn't look good. I wouldn't get too close if I were you. Yeah, well, I am me, and I am going to get closer. Who's around in terms of dots looking? Question marks down there still. No, I'm pretty sure we can't get down to the lower level this way. Going to need to find another way down. Alright then. The escalator. They cordoned it off? What are they thinking? Looks like we'll have to find another way down. but I still want to speak to people here. Can't believe they cordoned off the escalator. So I'll have to find another way down. Well, I know of another way down, it's just I wanted to speak to people. This is no time to be making detours. Alright. No need to be a dick about it, Reed. He's so mean to me. I just want to do the rounds, ride the elevator. So mean. Big meanie. Ding dong! Exclamation. This is bad. Preserving order in Roer is the duty of the Norshire Provincial Army. Our duty. We've had quite enough of outsiders like yourselves swaggering into town as though you own the place. If I may, we're currently here on a mission of which we have full authority. Besides, the expansion of the railways has increased the flow of money, information, and people across the country. These days, it takes a modern organization to maintain order in an interconnected world. That organization is the Rump. So why don't you take your sashes and your pointy helmets and kindly keep out of our way? You son of a... Sir, I can't let insolence like this tarnish your good name. Now, let's not be too hasty here. They may answer to the Chancellor, but with only this many of them, they're nothing more than a mob in uniforms. The hell? Armored cars? Not a tank, mate. It's not a tank. Are you insane? Can't just roll military vehicles into the middle of a city. On the contrary, arms exist as tools to defend one's territory, one's country. Had we been the ones fighting the terrorists, I assure you we would not have been outsmarted. Citizens of Roer, you have nothing to fear. In these dangerous times, with terrorists running rampant, the Norshire Provincial Army is here to defend you from harm. And defend you we shall. These glorified beat cops are out of their depth. They know nothing of this community. I'd suggest you don't place too much trust in them. What a blowhard. It's like he's spoiling for a fight. He's really selling it to the populace. They can't just drive armored cars right onto the city streets. What do we do? They're both officially recognized military organizations. Don't think there's much we can do. But if for some reason things turn ugly, let's do everything we can to get all of the nearby residents to safety. Right. Guess that's as much help as we can offer. Pretty much.
You're quite correct, of course. Both the Provincial Army and the Railway Military Police have their own roles to fill, each important to the Empire.
Oh hey! It's that cool voice. Isn't that? How did she hear all that? Captain Claire! I didn't know you'd arrived. I'll take things from here. Yes, Captain. Yes, Mom. So that's her, huh? Yeah. The infamous Icy Maiden. Good day to you, officer. I believe the Imperial government notified you 2 days ago that we've been conducting patrols and investigations in the area. Has that really caused such inconvenience that you felt compelled to bring an armored car within the city limits? Well, and frankly, I can't bring myself to agree with your assertion that we're out of our depth here. The railway is a network that crosses the entire empire, allowing us to dispatch forces anywhere at a moment's notice. You can also gather divisions scattered across the country in one place in a matter of hours. In fact, we pride ourselves on it. It's our distinguishing feature as a division of the armed forces. Really? I do keep seeing them pop up in the Imperial Chronicle. Looks like Claire showed up at the perfect time. As quick-witted as ever, too. Now there's a classy lady for you. We have no quarrel with you and no reason to argue. We have enough on our plate with the terrorists as it is. But we've got a job to do, and so do you. Ultimately, our commitment is to the people of this nation. I'm sure you feel the same, no? But
A query for you, then. How would you respond if a crisis were to occur in multiple places at the same time?
Oh. Rufus. Oh, hey. Eustace's brother really gets around. And always turns up where we least expect him. Lord Rufus, we didn't know you were in Roer. Are you leaving already? Indeed I am. His lordship asked me to extend my stay, but I'm afraid I have business to attend to elsewhere. I'll be heading out in short order. So that's Duke Alborea's eldest son. As the noble faction's biggest up-and-comer, he sure dresses the part.
Ah, Captain Claire Revelt, I presume? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Now the thing is, we both, as if there's only one of you watching, we all know that both, that's where that was coming from, both of these actually have some more history. We know about what's going on between them, etc. I'm trying to say as much as I can without doing spoilers, so it's like, this is an interesting dynamic if we know what we know. Yes.
I've heard much about you.
It's an honor, Lord Alborea.
Please, no need for formalities between us. Rufus is fine. Still, you seem puzzled as to what I'm doing in Roer. Or to be more specific, how I got here. Do I assume correctly? The country's railways are completely under your control. Had I taken a train, you would have known it. And yet, there are no signs I passed through Roer Airport either. The truth is more mundane than fantastic. I arrived aboard the Alborea family's private airship, which currently sits just off a highway on the outskirts of the city, awaiting my return. Blind spots are an unavoidable reality. We all have them. As on the ball as you are, you do well not to overestimate your own superiority. After all, the hardest falls are the ones we don't see coming.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Again, it's got a different dynamic if you know what we know.
Now, isn't it time both sides withdrew? And remove those unsightly vehicles from the streets at once? A provincial army must conduct itself with valor and grace at all times. Would you not agree?
Precisely, my lord. Withdraw, armored crew, stand down. Yes, my lord. Came all the way out here and now we gotta leave. Oh, fortune finds us face to face once again. So it seems. Thank you for diffusing that situation the other day. You needn't be so formal. I was just in town to speak with the Marquis on my father's behalf. Ah. I imagine you two must have had a lot to talk about. Indeed, we did. And the Marquis never makes it an easy time. I took advantage of all the excitement surrounding the Courageous's maiden voyage to take my little trip unnoticed. Given the current climate, it's impossible to predict what may happen, both here and in Ordis. You have 3 days of your field study remaining. I suggest you focus on your assigned tasks and stay out of trouble. I'm looking forward to seeing what Class 7 has to show at the Academy's festival, after all. Phew. Man, you meet Eustace and you think you've seen the nobility's golden boy. Then you meet Rufus. I'm actually kind of impressed. Just loath to admit it, but over time I have gotten the impression that he's a good man. For a noble, anyway. He's a sharp guy. I can see why he has much sway in the noble faction as he does. Well, looks like the sun's about to set. Why don't we call it a day here? My mother might know more about what's going on with the provincial army and the rump. Yeah, I can get behind that. Nothing happens in Roer without Marquis Rogner's say-so. We need to figure out what he's up to. I'm also rather curious as to what brought the railway military police out here. Or the army, who seems to be driving tanks into cities to win arguments now. They're not tanks, Fee. They're not tanks, they're armored cars. Yeah, it's gotta be something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. That sums up the entire series, Elliot. That's gonna make for some interesting dinner conversation, huh? We'll find out soon enough. Anyway, come on. I'll show you to my home. Though I guess you've already been there. It's just part of the Rhineford building. Huh? Wait a minute. So you live... Penthouse suite. In the penthouse suite on floors 24 and 25, yes. 32. That's my family's house, more or less.
Man, I can't believe your family has the top 2 floors of a world-class high-rise all to itself.
Yeah, even high-ranking nobles would trip over themselves to secure a luxury suite like this.
I was afraid you guys would react exactly like you just did. That's why I just kept my mouth shut. Sure, it's large, but it's so pointlessly large for just 2 people, and the only servant we have is Sharon.
If you have Sharon, that's the only maid you need, even for a place this big.
I'm looking at the buttons here. We got 1, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. It's like, okay, 1 to 4 makes sense because the ground floor, you know, it's like several levels, so it'd be like 1, 2, 3, and 4. That'd be 1, 2, 3, wouldn't it? And then 4 is the next one. And then you got 5. What's on 6? Like, what's on 5 that means there has to be 2 levels, which requires the next one being 7. Then it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, and everything else is there. Fine. It's just curious. It's like, what's the 6 missing for?
You said it.
I did, yeah.
Well, we'll be guests here for the next 3 days.
Also, I want to check, are we heading to floor 23 or floor 24? And is there an elevator stop on floor 24?
So, thanks for having us, Alisa.
Well, of course. Don't mention it.
My. Is it just me, or do I detect more than a hint of red on Lady Elisa's fair visage?
Could she be embarrassed?
I am not.
We're here on a field study, so could we at least try to take this a little more seriously?
Oh, lighten up, Machias. It just wouldn't be a proper field study without one of us getting embarrassed about our family.
Ding dong.
Welcome home, everyone. Feels nice to be back. I'll just ignore how you popped up to greet us the moment we walked through the door.
I just couldn't wait to see you. Now, if you'll just follow me, I'll show you inside.
The lovely door. Rhineford building, top floor, penthouse. go look at some of these pictures on the walls.
Whoa. Well, I'm impressed. This is even more grandiose than I'd expected.
You could see the whole town out there below. Talk about the lap of luxury.
Looks like a comfy place to take a nap.
I mean, that's everywhere to you, Fee.
You guys really think so? I've been away from Roer for half a year, so I guess it does feel kind of nice to be home.
I guess that's natural.
I've already finished preparing dinner. Please, let me know whenever you're ready to eat.
Thank you.
I don't know about all of you, but I'm pretty hungry. What do you say we... Wait, actually we can't, can we? Mother said she'd be eating with us tonight, so we need to wait until she comes home.
Haven't we got any nibbles, like some biscuits or something?
And there are quite a few things we need to ask her, too.
Well, actually, my lady, I'm afraid I received a call from the chairman earlier about that.
What?
A lovely night sky. So many stars. It just makes you question things like, what are the stars in this world? Are they similar to our stars, or are they something else? I mean, we know astronomy does take place, because Toa's grandfather. And Toa herself. Just want to understand how the floors work in this place, though, in terms of the elevator. That's it. I'm curious about that floor 24 elevator. Oh, looks quite lovely, doesn't it? Don't let it get cold, people. Dig in.
Alisa, if you wolf down so much food so quickly...
You'll get fat.
Ah! It's just this once. I eat a balanced diet the rest of the time.
But you've been bolting down every course so quickly, I'm surprised you haven't inhaled your napkin.
Maybe we're gonna need to rethink your stage outfit for the concert.
Crap. I almost forgot about that.
If you're worrying about us, you don't need to, you know? I know your mother promised she'd have dinner with us, but we all know she's a busy woman.
And she said she'd try to make some time for us tomorrow instead.
But still... It's not that it bothers me so much, but she sits on Thor's board of directors. Who's she meeting with that's so important she can't even clear a little time to see us? She got off the Lusitania already, didn't she?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say. She's not out on a date with a gentleman or engaging in any lascivious behavior, if that puts your mind at ease.
That's not what I'm worried about, not even close. Honestly, hearing she was seeing a man might even put my mind at ease.
Alisa?
After dinner, we got straight to work finishing our reports for the day. But with Chairman Arena cancelling her dinner appointment with us, the tensions between the provincial army and the railway military police, and Rufus's suspicious behaviour, it was clear that something significant was happening behind the scenes. We just weren't sure exactly what. Well, we have the rest of the night free, so we might as well enjoy ourselves. You're welcome to look around the house as much as you want, but under no circumstances are you to set foot into my or Shannon's bedroom without express permission. I know. That's our Alisa. I heard you have a private library here. Might I be able to peruse your collection? Oh, of course. Would you show him the way, Sharon? As you wish, my lady. guess we should nail down the rest of the stuff for our festival concert too. Yeah, there are still a few bits we need to make some final decisions on. You want me to help out with that? Nah, I'd rather keep you fresh so I can get your opinion on our finished plan as a whole. We want an honest first impression on whether you think what we've got will go over with the audience. Alright, makes sense to me. Well, good luck. Anyway, let me show you to my room, Fee. Thanks. Alright, so, can't go through that door. Where's the map here? Because it is like, okay, so, the elevator is down here, yes? No. This is a laundry room. My god. The elevator's in here, yes? No. This is a bedroom with some tea. So this is the elevator, yes? No, this is a meeting room / bedroom with a phone in it. Chairman Arena's room, clearly. How many radios do you need? You have a bed in the middle. Put it up against the wall. You're not utilizing the space very well at all. So this is the elevator, yes? It's really late. I probably shouldn't go out again tonight. Besides, there's still plenty to check out around here. I should see what I can find. Alright, so that's the elevator. So, assuming this is floor 23. We're now on floor 24. So there should be an elevator in here. That's strange. It doesn't move or anything, does it? It's very strange, like the elevator makes no sense. What does the 24th button do? Very, very, very weird. Anyway, you two. Would you like another cup of coffee, Master Mango? Oh, yes, please. What about you, Master Reen? I'd be happy to take your cup directly to Lady Alisa's room, if that's what you'd like. Or you could just, bring it out here, that'd be great. Serving guests is but one of a maid's many duties. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to make you feel more at home. Anything at all. Sometimes I get the feeling that she feeds off my discomfort. Reen, this room is amazing. So many books here on such a panoply of different subjects. Okay, it's as though you'd never again need to visit a library. Guess it's safe to say it meets your approval. Yeah, you could say that. It's not every day I see such a well-curated collection. Feel a little giddy. Sharon told me that this room and the one adjacent were once Gwyn's private rooms, which means all the books here were part of his personal collection. Wow. Did seem like a really smart guy, with a lot of different interests. So I guess it makes sense that he'd have a mountain of books like this. I have never had the opportunity to meet him, but he must be quite the Renaissance man. I'm going to park myself in here and luxuriate in this buffet of knowledge for the evening, I think. Luxuriate. Get you with the big fancy words, Mango. Where are we going anyway? Over there, these guys. Like, It's like keeping an eye on like pictures around the place, like what is this? Like some of these are clearly going to be referenced to other games, aren't they? Like what's that? And what's that? Like what games are they? They've got to be Falcom games, surely. This lovely place here. Oh, it's a delightful little garden. Again, just want to look at the pictures here. Not much else going on with the pictures. Anyway. Hey, what's that? What's that? Oh, good timing. I'm torn between these two designs for the girls' concert outfits. Which revs up your engine more, A or B? Let's see. Oh, back it up, neither of these. But if we want to lock in the guys' votes, we're going to have to give them what they want. Push those boundaries of good taste. Then we go for the kill with a little wardrobe malfunction at the end, and victory's as good as ours. You won't be winning anything but a trip to the principal's office if we get banned from participating. First, you need to make them a bit less revealing. actually make that a lot less revealing. And what's up with these little comments in the margins? Optimal bounce vectors. Show them titties. Are you serious? Duh. I knew we were overdue for a long talk about your prudish tendencies. Well, those issues aside, base designs both look pretty good. I'm leaning toward B. They could look good on everyone. So. Alright, I'll give this one a little more polished then. We've got the general outline pretty much squared away. Now all we need is to nail down the outfits and the songs. I'm sure it'll all come together. You just leave this to us. When we pull off this show, we're gonna be school legends. The legends of Thors. Plans for the concert going okay? Yep, they sure are. We decided who'll be on what instruments and have a good idea of what our 2 songs are going to sound like. We should have everything pretty set by the time this trip's over. By then, I'm hoping we'll be able to show what we've got to the rest of the class. Fantastic. Sounds like things are really coming together then. Let me know if there's anything I can do. I'd be glad to pitch in. Sure thing. I want our performance to be at least as good as the one Crow and the others put on last year, if not better. We're almost there. Just gotta get a few more things sorted out first. Indeed. Right, so I think I shall end this part here. In the next part, some more scenes here. Probably in Alisa's room. Ta-ta for now.